All right, completing the square. Sounds like a fun time. What lessons did we do? I mean, what lessons did we do? What numbers did we do? 2 through 28. You have class, bro. What are you doing?
Oh, shoot, I forgot. I finished all my school because it was super simple. But I did forget to bring my science.
Oh no, you're gonna be in trouble. Okay, number 2.
That's crazy.
Is 0.39 and 7.61. 4 is negative 2.77 and negative 0.56. Number 6 is 25 and x minus 5 squared. Number 8 is, excuse me, negative 4 and 2, which means it could have been factored. Sad. Okay. Number 10 is negative 0.69 and 2.19. Number 12 is negative 2 minus I, well, negative 2 plus or minus I times the square root of 2. And 14 is negative 5.16 and 1.16. 16 is negative 8.24 and 0.24. Number 18 is negative 8.24 and negative 3.76. 20 is somewhere, there it is, 0.5 and 4.5, which means it also could have been factored. Sad. Okay. Number 22 is negative 17 and negative 15. Number 24 is negative 5.5 and negative 1.5. 26 is 16 and x plus 4 squared. 28 is 121 fourths and x minus 1/2 quantity squared. And is that as far as we went, or did we go through 46?
We did through 28. Yeah.
Through 28. All right. What questions do we have?
Can we do 2?
Number 2. Sure.
Mr. Tom, where'd you get all your shirts?
The internet. Mostly, but not entirely.
I like the shirts that you
All right. Number 2 is a problem that we're going to ignore the instructions and just use completing the square. How does that sound? Okay, so what should we do? Subtract 16. It's a good first step. All right, what's 13 minus 16?
Negative 3.
Now what?
8 divided by 2, the whole thing is squared.
That was almost right. Negative 8.
Oh.
We're going to do the green part with a green marker. All right, here we go. Negative 8 divided by 2 squared. So negative 4 squared, which is 16. Now what?
Yeah, right. We write plus 16 in the place.
Plus 16 in the place. Now what?
You add 16.
Oh, add 16. Keep it balanced. Good job.
X minus 4 squared equals 13.
Now what?
You
Square
square root both sides.
root both sides. Oof. X minus 4 equals the square root of 13. Now what? What did I forget? Plus or minus. And you add 4 to both sides, you end up with x equals 4 plus or minus square root of 13. The instructions say round to the nearest hundredth, so we've got to put that and get an ugly decimal. So when we put our, I can't talk. We put the square root of 13 in our calculator, what do we get? Okay, what's 4 plus 3.61? And what's 4 minus 3.61? No. It isn't that either. 0.39 is correct. I know what you were doing. You were not subtracting the 0.61 is what you were doing. Yeah. All right. What other questions do we have from this lesson? Sure.
They both said it at the same time. That was crazy.
Crazy old Maurice.
Where online do you get your shirts? Like on Amazon? Or?
Yeah, mostly on Amazon.
I need to get these shirts. So I'm gonna do a Mr. Sean cosplay for Comic-Con.
That's crazy. You're gonna go to California? Oh, you mean Lubbock Con.
Yeah, that. Yeah. It'll be great.
Great. All right, what should we do? Subtract 16 from both sides. Sounds amazing. Okay, well that's kind of fun. Didn't really even think about that, but yeah. Anyway, what do we got when we do that? We do got 2. It's gonna turn back into 18 in a minute, but x squared plus 8x equals 2. Add 16, add 16. 18 again. So fun.
It just goes in a circle.
Cyclical. Excuse me. X plus 4, quantity squared, equals 18. Take the square root of both sides. X plus 4 equals the square root of 18. Plus or minus. Now what? Move the 4 to the other side. Subtract 4 from both sides. We end up with x equals negative 4 plus or minus square root of 18. Or if you prefer, 3 times the square root of 2. Anyway, square root of 18 is what ugly decimal?
4.25. Or 4.24, like that. Because it rounds down is 2.
What?
4.24.
4.24.
Okay. What's negative 4 plus 4.24? 0.24. What's negative 4 minus 4.24? Negative 8.24. Yay. If that one person that's watching happens to be Gina, you should know and let me know, because if you're like gonna be on like normal live, we can totally join on Discord and then you could comment. But if it's not, then you know, welcome, whoever you are.
Mr. Sean, are we getting our quizzes back today or are we getting them back next week?
I think I do have some quizzes for you. Let's see.
Don't do that.
Why? Let's see. Do I have papers with y'all's name on them? Maybe. Yes, I do. All kinds of people missing today. It's crazy. You need to start putting your name on your papers. I'm going to start giving you zeros.
Maybe they're sick. It's that time of year.
It is. It's a day that ends on Y. All right. Any other questions from either the homework or even the quiz I gave back?
On the problems where it says solve using the square root property, do we have to do like subtract, on this one subtract 16 from both sides and then just add it right back? Or can we just skip to, like find B and then put it in parentheses?
You can skip whatever steps work.
Because I was looking at, I think all of the problems, you can just skip it.
Right, because it's the square root property. Yeah.
Can we get 15 from the quiz?
Sure. $15 from the quiz. Three minus I over 4 plus 2I. What do we do? Multiply by the conjugate. What is the conjugate? Yes. A mistake I saw on one or two papers that I should note is that it has to be the same on the top and bottom, or else it's not equal to 1, and you can't just like randomly multiply it, right? So it's got to be 4 minus 2I on the top and 4 minus 2I on the bottom, not plus on one and minus on the other. It could have just been like a random mistake, but I want to make sure we understand that. Okay. So in the numerator, we got to distribute everything, right? So what's 3 times 4? 12. What's 3 times negative 2I? Negative 6I. What is negative I times 4? Negative 4I. And what's negative I times negative 2I? 2I squared. Good. And then in the denominator, what do we have to do? Yeah, just the first and the last, right? That's all we have to do. So what's 4 times 4? 16. And then 2I times negative 2I.
It's negative 4i.
negative 4i squared. Now what? Combine like terms on the top. This turns into negative 2, right? So what's 12 plus negative 2? 10. And then negative 6i minus 4i. Negative 10i. This turns into positive 4, right? So what's 16 plus 4? 20. Now what? And reduce, right? So what's 10 over 20 reduced to? 1/2. And what's negative 10 over 20 reduced to? Negative 1/2 I. And then there it is.
I didn't distribute it right. That's why I did it wrong.
Nice. Okay. Any other questions from the homework or the quiz?
Can we do 6?
Sure. X squared minus 10x plus c. So the instructions say, find the value of c that makes each trinomial a perfect square, then write the trinomial as a perfect square. So what are we doing? Just the green part, right? That's all we're doing. 10 divided by 2 squared. 5 squared is 25. So c equals 25.
Wouldn't it be minus 10x?
Is it minus 10? Oh, it is. You're right. It's not going to change this answer, but it will change the next answer. Right? So that's still the c, right? And then it factored would be x minus 5 squared. Easy peasy. Don't forget that the book gives you example blankety blank, example blankety blank. So if you're like, what does these words mean? Just like flip the page back and, oh, that's what that means. Right? No problema. What other questions do we have? Sure. Same thing, but with an uglier answer, right? Let's see. 28. X minus 11x plus c. I think I forgot to say squared, but you get the idea. All right, so again, we're just doing the green part, right? So 11 divided by 2 squared. Rut-row, Raggy. That doesn't turn out pretty. What's 11 squared? 121. What's 2 squared? So c equals 121 fourths. And then when we factor, it always factors into this middle one, right? So just x minus 11 halves squared. So the reasons why I like completing the square, and I like it better, honestly, than quadratic formula, because just like, oh, it's this, and then it's this, and then I'm done. Quadratic formula, you gotta put in all this giant thing, and you gotta memorize this giant formula, and then you make little negative mistakes, and oh, you blew it. Guess what the next lesson's about? Quadratic formula. There will be many of y'all that like quadratic formula better than completing the square, which is fine. You can be wrong.
Classic Mr. Sean.
So classic. Any other questions on this lesson? No? Okay, good. Let's take a quiz. Actually, there is plenty of time if anybody does have another one or two that they need to do, but okay. Quiz 4-5. Page 260. Numbers 1, 7, and 9. I even already made the key for this. That's crazy. Chapter 4, we do all of the lessons. We get through all 8. Because you can't skip graphing quadratic inequalities. What fun would that be?